I first saw you guys at The Great Escape earlier this year.
Hell yeah.
And first impressions was like, wow, yes, more of that.
Let me introduce you to Bones Ate Arfa. I love this band. I've seen them a few times here in Brighton, and I'm going to let the music do the talking here. Here's a clip of one of their songs called Just Bananas, and then I'll play you the full interview, including more live clips. Check them out.
Give him a cigarette smile, not in a bad way. Give him a straight box, no sign. Just don't tell the others. Don't tell the others. She's fine. She's cynical. She's such a kind of material. Just put that as a camp. She's fine. She's cynical. She's such a kind of material. Just put that as a camp. Roses made what I am. You got me.
How's been playing live this year for you? What have been some highlights of this year live so far?
It's been great. I mean, the like change in level of shows that we've done has been insane, and something that we didn't really see coming, to be honest. Like, we got a booking agent at the kind of beginning of the year, and we signed with our manager as well, Thomas. And since then, it's just like everything's been a bit more legit. Do you know what I mean? Like, when we started, we were, as you do, you take everything you can get. Do you know what I mean? But
we had
like,
this ethos.
we were going ham, like absolutely crazy, and playing like Pipeline and Rossi Bar like every other week. Do you know what I mean? And so then to play that ballroom at the Great Escape, it was just like boom, and we were like, oh, how did that happen? Do you know what I mean? And everyone started leaving after Curls, so we were a bit like, oh, you know, it's our first Great Escape. It is what it is. And then it like completely packed out.
Rambo.
What the hell?
I remember even on sound check for that gig, just in that space, the sheer amount of volume got me so excited. I didn't want sound check to end, you know.
Bones is made what I need. You and me.
So do you feel like that was a bit of a turning point for you guys this year as a step up?
Massively. I think it was a big like self-check as well, because we did it and we were like, oh my God, we just did that, do you know what I mean? And we got so lucky that we didn't mess up. Like, it was one of our best shows as a band, regardless of like the audience or anything. So I think the fact that those two things happened at the same time was just like really lucky coincidence.
The thing that impressed me the most is the sound in the songs.
Hell yeah.
That's what made me like, okay, this is legit. This is a band I want to follow, basically.
Hell yeah.
And you've got a new single out at the moment. How did that one come about in particular, and how do your songs come about in general?
Arthur wrote it.
We like signed with our manager. The idea for this song happened during us like pretending to sign the contract, because we'd put a photo up on our Instagram and we didn't have an actual thing to sign, so we just had like a menu at the cafe we were at and we were pretending to sign that. During that meeting, we were talking about where we wanted to go and what we wanted to do next, and we brought up like South Arcade and like Deftones and the revival in the kind of like 2000s nu metal rock stuff that's going on, particularly on social media at the moment. And we were like, how do we do that and get famous and then sell out? I was like, I'm just gonna go home and write something and see what happens, do you know what I mean? I went home and I wrote that. And it kind of coincided with us all starting to listen to Ruben, the old 2000s band.
Yeah, I know them well.
And it kind of like, I was listening to Freddy Krueger particularly, which is probably quite obvious in the song. But like trying to be as modern and as like trendy as possible, while also like harnessing the actual like 2000s emo stuff that was going on. It was kind of just a happy accident, do you know what I mean? The same as the Great Escape gig.
I was into Ruben before you.
Yeah, Sonny beat me to it.
Because there's a video on my old YouTube channel from when I was a kid, when I shouldn't have had a YouTube channel, of me playing Christmas is Awesome, where I learnt to play guitar. And I've got this Christmas hat on that has Santa's face on the back of it. I remember having a breakdown before doing that. I was so nervous. Check it out.
There you go. We will link to that in the comments.
So that's the real inspiration for the song.
Yeah, no, it was
It was Sonny's Christmas song.
So how did that song actually start then? Was it the riff? Was it the BPM, a lyric idea?
Yeah, it was the riff. Because I was listening to that Ruben song a lot, and they have the like, not an odd time signature, but like an odd grouping in that song, you know what I mean? I wanted to do something like that, and our song Akimbo People was doing really well on socials at the time, so I was like, I started that song with a bass riff using my whammy and my DS2, so I was like, I'm just going to do the same thing, but with a different idea, and that's, the riff just started, and then everything else followed after that.
What's happening on the floor down here so that we can...
So the
'cause
clicking...
there seems to be... You're going to like, talk me through it one bit at a time.
All right, we'll
because
go...
I couldn't work out exactly what you're doing, and I know my stuff, so... Right, show me.
So tuner is number one,
Yeah.
and that's what gets me into C sharp,
Yeah,
which
go.
is what Akimbo and It's All Good are in. And then going into the whammy ricochet, which is on a octave and dry setting. So I've got like basically a rhythm guitarist on my board. That stays on pretty much the entire time, I think. Then we're going into DS2, which is just for like intros and like lighter sections. So I don't want to take the low end completely out.
Yeah.
That's what I use that for.
Intro sound.
Yeah,
basically,
and it just helps me like make the like intro drop like as heavy as possible, because I click these on at the same time. So one of them's always on, but they take it in turns to be on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when this comes on, all the sub comes in. And then the cockfight is just like a...
What?
Cockfight. Electro Harmonics cockfight is my like tone rounder basically. So it sounds pretty hairy without this. I bought it recently and I was trying to play around with it and use it as like a phaser or an auto wah or something, and it wasn't doing what I wanted, so I just used it to kind of shape my tone like an amp would.
Yeah.
But so that I can go into any amp and it just sounds fat now, do you know what I mean? And I don't have to worry about all the settings and stuff too much. And then this is separate to my chain. This is a Boss loop station, which has got all of our samples and like some percussion loops and shit on it.
That's a great idea.
Which we use to intro to Akimbo and intro to It's All Good, and just to segue between songs during live sets and stuff.
And what's the banana for?
The banana does this, and that's all it does.
It's very important. I have questions about the banana in a minute. What have we got going on the guitarist rig?
Right, here we go. It's my turn. So this is made from an IKEA chopping board,
Yes.
as you can see.
Outstanding.
And I sawed the back off, and as you can see, I've just flipped it around, smothered it in Velcro. Number one on the board, just like Arthur, we've got a tuner. that goes straight into this ABY, which I've had since I was maybe 15 or something. I was really into Royal Blood, and I just wanted to do the split amp thing and
Gotcha, yeah.
mess around with that. Output A of that is going to input A of the HX Stomp here, which I spend a hell of a lot of money on. I don't regret it. It's just the most powerful thing ever. People who diss line 6 can shut up, because this thing is nuts.
Yeah,
That's all I got to say. And obviously you've got path A and path B. So that runs to 2 different amps. The main amp sound is on all the time. That's more trebly. There's a lot of mids. And the second amp sound, which you turn on with this, is very boomy, cleaner, and mids all the way up. And that just adds this like extra guttural kick in the choruses and heavier riffs. Important to note that just on that signal is this super octave. So octave down with that amp for heavier stuff.
So you've basically got a second bassist in your board, and I've got a second guitarist in mine.
There's too many of us, you know, there's too many. This is the Earthquaker Plumes. It's a great tube screamer. My friend Lola from Hot Wax actually let me borrow that at one of the gigs with my old band Mindframe, and I was like, I need this pedal. It's just brilliant. Also has this funny like on and off thing you can do, but I never use that. That's actually assigned to this here to turn on that on this external foot switch, so that I can turn on that second amp and this at the same time for choruses. And this other button pages through presets. I have a different preset for each song, as you can see. So different effects on every song, go nuts with it. The noise suppressor is uninteresting, and
but occasionally essential when you have all this happening.
yeah.
So a thing that I've noticed from just hearing you sound check and hearing you guys talk to each other about, you know, different songs and making sure you're recreating them right.
Yeah.
You are taking that 2000s alternative, you described it as emo, I'd probably just say alternative, like of Ruben and a few other acts. But then, so we're coming out of a valve amp here, and we're going straight in so that we can add a lot more texture than perhaps a lot of those bands were using.
Yeah.
That's that perfect mix of the old and new. We've got subs going on here as well as a direct signal of the bass, so at any point you can kick in an extra level but also start a song with like a start sound. I think that's really next level, and I think that's really showcasing your songs well, both live and on the recording. But being able to do that live, you were saying it's like having 2 bass players and 2 guitar players.
Yeah. We like loud.
But it's not only loud, it's texture. And you were actually saying you need to make it quieter so that when it kicks in, you've got a DS2 that you're using as a quieter sound to start songs with, so that when you kick into the louder sound, it actually hits, right?
Me and Arthur are production nuts.
Nice, me too.
Hell yeah. And
Music Tech Boy.
yeah, we've just figured out how to translate what we'd want through, say, automation in a mix with our feet on stage to a degree.
Yeah.
To just add that extra level, like that extra thing that will kind of go over a lot of people's heads.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, they won't be able to describe what it is, but hopefully they'll like it and they'll just feel it instead.
Yeah, that's the idea. Good. Yeah.
There's a lot of dynamic thought in both of our setups. More intention with his, and probably a little bit more happy accident with mine, but still, like, we've got a lot of different things from gigging so much over the last 2 years. We've learned a lot about how to make the sound as impressive and as almost subconsciously impactful as possible. Do you know what I mean?
What was the frustration there for you? What was, a gig you did when you were like, that didn't sound, and what was the solution to it specifically?
I think before I got my own bass amp, I was struggling quite a lot. There was occasions where I'd be DIing a lot of the time because like we'd be on a hometown show and like
Yeah.
nobody had a bass amp. Finding the sound that I wanted while my equipment was changing every single gig was really annoying. So getting my own bass amp, I used the money that we made from like social media and stuff to buy a Ampeg Rocket bass, like a 212 I think it is, 500 watt. And I was so excited when I got it. I ran up to my room with it, plugged it in and turned the like volume dial up a teeny weeny bit, and then went like that, and the whole room just went.
Half of one.
I heard that from my house. You know.
It's insane.
I thought that's got to be Arthur. I mean,
But the shaping on it is just like perfect. Like it does exactly what I need it to.
on my end, because of the 2 amp thing, obviously I don't lug around 2 amps at the stage that we're at. I do have an orange Rocker 32, which was the only thing I got for my 16th birthday. And when I got this, I nearly sold it, but I'm glad I didn't. For if there's only 1 amp, what I tend to do is chuck an amp sim on that main signal and use whatever's there, so that when I'm kicking on the second amp, I'm kicking on stage volume. So there's loopholes and ways around. There's solutions with this tech that we've got.
We'll get to break down a couple of your riffs in 1 second. But first of all, I want to bring up this and the banana.
Yeah.
Where did this come from? This is your comic book.
Yeah. So this is the coinciding graphic novel that we did for our second EP. The whole thing was drawn by our drummer, who isn't here, Herbie.
This
is his pride and joy, is what he told
Yeah,
me.
this is his many hours of work and slaving
And you guys
away.
too. You guys help colour it.
Yeah, my girlfriend Kez actually had some input as well. Because
Looking
I left it
doesn't
too late to finish it, as you.
Is this available online?
Yep. I don't think we've got many of them left, but we're going
That's
to
so
do
well. Get it now. It's going to be a collector's item. And we got
reprint.
this from one of your shows. I think that's one of the most creative things I've seen a band do of any level. I'll be honest. I think that's mint. And
We're back in together.
this is where the story is. Is this where the story of the banana started on the?
This is
Yeah,
the
so it
beginning
actually
of the
happened.
downside.
What's in that actually happened.
Nice. There you go. We'll leave a link down in the description. Get it while they're ready. I also want to ask you. You've mentioned Queens in the Stone Age. And particular songs for the deaf is like a inspiration. And
Your tattoo.
I can't-
you have the
my-
tattoo.
My sleeve's too long. Hang on.
There
You
it
see the
is.
edge of it there.
There you go.
That's it.
But also, you have a story of from the weekend, I believe.
Yeah, so we went to Victoria's Festival and to see Queens of the Stone Age, mainly. And my friend Alfie from Hot Wax, he's the drummer, he's in the comic as well. Read the comic and you will understand.
The lore is in here.
Because I'm a last minute kind of guy, like I mentioned a second ago, I forgot I was going. And the day before Arthur told me, you got to go. So, oh, yeah. And I managed to last minute sort of lift home with Alfie and Hot Wax. That meant I got a backstage wristband and I watched half of their set in the crowd with this lot. And then I mooched on backstage for the last half and I watched them on stage. And it was like nothing I've ever experienced. We were hanging out backstage. Josh Homme invited us all to hang out with them, and I shook his hand. I tried to talk to him, but nothing really came of it. And Ben Thatcher from Royal Blood was there too, and I spoke to him for maybe half an hour, and it was amazing. He's a lovely, lovely guy. He's a lovely guy, and I just couldn't believe that had even happened. I didn't know that was going to happen.
Incredible. Royal Blood must be a bit of an influence as well. You've got that inspiration on the pedal board, and
100%.
when it comes to that alternative rock of the 2010s is Royal Blood.
Yeah,
Especially for Brits, right?
they changed the game.
And
Yeah.
because Queens is like probably all of our like most idolized sound, but they've like always had at least like 4 or 5 members. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They've always got
Yeah.
expendable
Yeah.
hands to play as much as they want, but there's only 3 of us, and only 2 of us are playing like
Yeah.
melodic instruments. So
And
we've
that's-
got to
that's-
use our boards like Royal Blood do to expand.
They are the ones that stepped it up, because the two people in a band, you know, that I'm sure there's people before them, but White Stripes come to mind, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the White Stripes live, especially back in the days, I would say, in the 2000s, they weren't recreating the records
No.
like exact.
No.
They were missing parts and stuff.
Well, even
Whereas-
the records were all recorded analog, weren't they?
Yeah, but there's some overdubbing, right? There's definitely some overdubbing.
Sneaky Jack.
Whereas with Royal Blood, I mean, I'm sure there's overdubbing in the studio and stuff, but they're able to recreate what they do live. You don't feel like anything's missing live.
That
And
first album was just like...
for sure, right? I also want you to talk about your guitar as well.
Okay, well, this is my like signature, custom signature thing from Maybury Guitars, who is our mate. We met off Instagram. I can't remember who followed who first, but after a while of being like parasocial friends, he DM'd and was like, "Do you want to do a collaboration thing on a custom guitar in exchange for like touring it and shit?" And I was like, and stuff. I mean. And I was like, absolutely, yeah. So we went up to his place, which is just like an extension of his house, which I didn't even realise. And he's got like this crazy wall of like custom guitars that are all like, the boutiqueness is off the scale, which is like nothing that we've seen before, to be honest. We got there and we were just like, oh, felt a bit out of place. And I've been chatting with him before that I wanted something just like ridiculous, like something as stupid as possible. Because we got like the comic book and we've got like our kind of characterizations of ourselves in the like digital and illustration
It's a lot
world.
of the ethos of the band. How stupid can
Yeah, how
can we
goofy
be?
can we go with it?
Yeah.
you
There's
know?
some good ideas come from that,
So anything that's like unique and eye-catching is perfect.
for sure.
And I've got a Fernandez Explorer bass and a Dean Metalman V bass as well.
That Explorer was not it though.
No, it sounded like poo, but it
Yeah.
looked really cool.
Yeah.
So I wanted something that would sound amazing and hold up, kind of like the V did, but that nobody else would ever have. Do you know what I mean? So we started designing this, and he had a like, kind of just a classic bass shape looking thing that was pink and green, and I was like, that's awesome. That color scheme is so sick. If we do that with the shape that we were thinking of, which is this like X shape thing,
Explorer shape, yeah.
then it would just look ridiculous. And he made it, and it's just insane. And it sounds fat as hell.
That's all.
Yeah, this is all like charred and stuff, and like sanded down paint job and everything. It's got like staples in it, and
That's it, because up close you can see the quality of it, which is like, this is a really premium bespoke instrument.
Great
but-
tuning pegs.
But both on stage and in person, it looks straight off the page of a comic book, right? It almost, but the first time I saw it, I thought, if the Mask played guitar, that would be the guitar the Mask played, right? No, outstanding. I love it. Tell us about the Danelectro as well.
So this Danelectro, I had some overtime at work at the time, and as soon as I bought it, I didn't anymore, so I shouldn't have bought it, but I'm glad I have it. Before this, I was playing a Fender Jag, which I bought off my good friend Gabe, and I loved it, but I just wanted something a bit more jank, and a bit more Jack White, who we mentioned earlier. So I've always wanted one of these. I love the shape, I love the style, the lipstick pickups. There's something to them. Like, a lot of people have said to me, like, how do you get by with the lipsticks? I'm like, there's just something about them. They just sort of scream.
Yeah.
I feel like this guitar isn't supposed to be put through
What you're
all of
putting it
this.
through.
And when you kind of, I've always liked that thing of like Jack White with his acoustic thing, semi-acoustic thing.
Yeah.
Like when you put something that's not supposed to go through that sheer amount of stuff, it just screams in a certain way.
There's a bit more humanity comes out of it.
Definitely.
It's not perfect. That's not what he's going for.
If you just show the cover of the comic, when I first bought it, that's my impact on the art. I photoshopped in my guitar there. And before I was holding a gun, I wasn't really into that. So
Yeah, I agree.
I thought that would be cooler.
No, it looks mint.
In terms of the guitar, I've added this tailpiece to it, which I was nervous about because obviously it's hollow and made of MDF. So I actually lodged a block of wood in there.
Yeah.
It was from my brother's bed. It was like one of the bed slats, and I glued it in just to be able to, because it's solid sort of on the edge. And the reason why that is because I found this wraparound bridge kept breaking the strings because of the sheer amount of stress on the strings. So.
Yeah.
And also I love making noise with this.
Yeah, I agree. I've
that
got a
was-
Gretsch
that-
that does the same.
That was a feature of the Jag. So in order to do it, I raised the neck up with a bit of plywood and raised this up so that there's more of an incline. A few different things
Crikey.
I've done.
Almost like a Brian May style job, putting
Yeah.
bits of the furniture in the guitar.
No,
I like
exactly.
It.
You know, I just
His
think
brother sleeps on the floor, but the guitar.
I just think if there's something you don't like about your instrument and it's doing your head in, just change it if you know how.
Yeah.
I'm a woodworky guy, so
Good man.
I've you know, I felt confident in pulling it off.
Indeed, man. So
yeah.
where did this riff come from then?
You've got the old and then it proceeds on to see if I can play it properly.
The Bananas riff was, it was mainly inspired by Body Snatchers by Radiohead.
Yeah?
Just like a consistent kind of all over the place, janky thing. And I wanted to make something that was a little bit more majory sounding.
Yeah.
Like still in the minor scale, but like a few major notes in there to just kind of make it a little bit more ambiguous, you know what I mean? And keep up with the really like fast-paced drums that are going on. Keep it really upbeat and fun. Because the song is about my nan, who owned a shop in Shorham, where we're from, called Just Bananas. The shop was called that. And the whole song is about her and like her being really cool and stuff.
Yeah, she's very cool.
Very cool. She comes to all the gigs and she's like nearly 80. It's insane. I don't understand.
What's her name?
Jane, but we call her Naney.
Naney.
I've started calling her Naney as well.
There you
She
go.
is your Naney, mate.
Naney, shout out to Naney. That's fantastic.
She's got a really cool jukebox in her house as well. Big up the jukebox.
All about a jukebox. And your final song that you played through today?
That's Akimbo People, our like leading single off our first E EP. Which kind of did really well out of nowhere, and
Gotcha.
we don't really understand why
On streaming?
or how. On streaming and on socials, like people on TikTok
know why.
really digged it
I know why.
because it sounds like Psycho by Muse. That's why.
Yeah, it does. Which I believe when you first showed me the riff, I said,
Yeah, well everybody said
But-
it, but I was like, I don't care.
yeah,
It sounds sick.
deal with it, Muse.
Look, Noel Gallagher's got away with that for years and they've done all right. So, and we don't want people to reinvent the wheel as well. If you change things too much, suddenly no one likes it. Like, it's not the one that catches fire. He said this is one of the ones that catch on social media.
Yeah, I mean, Arthur, you've got that ability where you write stuff and you think about it in that certain way where the power's there, whereas when I write stuff, I've been working at trying to not be like, oh, but it sounds like this.
Yeah.
Even though
It's
Who
hard
cares,
to,
you know?
It's a different process. You got a creative brain when you're coming up with stuff, and then the critical brain going, is this good enough? You got to separate those out. Just create without any judgment, and then judge it afterwards. You know, because you've got to then play it night after night.
I can't really write like songs that I really enjoy writing and then like listening back to as well without having like strong inspiration for them as well.
Of course.
And I try not to be too like conspicuous about it because I know a lot of the songs, it's pretty obvious where they were inspired from, do you know what I mean? But I like that, do you know what I mean? I like people knowing where it came from, and I like people knowing our influences, because that's music that I think's sick and I'm just reimagining it, do you know what I mean? Which I know it's not like a new thing, loads of people doing that, but...
Yeah, Arthur, you invented that. You invented
What can I say?
inspiration. Building off inspiration. That was his idea, folks.
My bass was meant to be completely original, and then everybody told me it looked like Monty Gator from FNAF, so I was like, brilliant.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
I cannot hear the end of it. It's insane.
I never played it, I was too scared.
Yeah, I was too scared too. Hence why I didn't know what it was.
I didn't play Slenderman either. I downloaded it and never played it. Yep.
Well, look, I used to get told I looked like Peter Crouch, and now I just get Nirvana all the time. So I'll take it. I'd take that as an upgrade. What's happening for the rest of the year for you guys?
So we're off on tour again.
Back-breaking stuff.
Yeah. Neck-breaking shows every day.
Spending money on food.
Oh, spending so much money.
Sitting in cars.
It's tough, man. Literally, like, it's half an hour of absolutely the best thing, and then...
Dude, like, we're both working, like, Arthur's working at Hope and Ruin, I'm working in Asda in Lancing.
Yeah.
And, you know, like, we've got a manager... And then we've both got managers at work, and we've got managers pulling us either way, you know.
Yeah.
We've had this new manager in, and I've tried to say to him, like, please don't ruin my life. I really need to be able to go and do...
Who sees this
and he's like, I don't care, so...
Rude, mate.
Whatever.
No, that's really exciting.
I mean,
we'll leave the links to all that in the description.
Hell yeah. I mean, it's hard. Touring is hard, but we're not doing it at a crazy level yet, and it's like being on holiday, like, every day with your mates, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You eat rubbish food and you, like, have a lot of bad experiences, but the overall is just, like, it's insane. It's so fun, and we're so lucky to be able... So, really lucky to be able to do it. And, yeah, I'm just really thankful to Sonny and Herbie and Toma and Joe.
We're thankful to you, man. Like, you know, I don't think I would have ever have been in a band doing this well with anyone else, because you are on fire, you know. And I realised that straight away. It was like, got to stick at this, got to get this going. And, you know, the amount of time that the three of us have spent together doing this stuff and going out and just doing it, which is what we've always wanted to do. We've always wanted to just go out and do it. Like, I feel like at this point, you said to me when I was 15, like, you'll be doing this, I'd be really content with that.
Yeah,
you know?
there is some stuff that we do, and I'm like, if I had found out I was doing this like even 2 years ago, I would have been like, what the hell?
Three of us
So then there's
from...
some things we do where it's just like, what are we doing?
Yeah, playing in
Like, we'll still
Dover.
play to like completely empty rooms, and then we'll play to like 300 people, and it's just like, the duality of it is really weird. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it
Of
makes me want
course.
to push my fingers into my eyes.
When is the next music video coming out?
We haven't got a set date for it
Fair play.
yet, but at some point in September.
Our good
Nice.
friend Cavey's going to edit it for us. And
Yeah, that video experience was incredible. Like,
It was super fun.
We're doing recording in October as well, and then tour starts in November up until the end of the year.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much it for 2025.
I wanted to ask as well, what was the first riff you both learnt on your instruments when you were first learning guitar and bass?
Master of Puppet? No. Smoke on the Water.
Nice, yeah.
I'm one of
fair
those
play, the classic.
smoke on the Water dudes.
Mine was either Feel Good Hit of the Summer by Queens of Stone Age, or it was, what was it called? I think it's by Revolver, or it's called Revolver.
Rage Against the Machine?
No, it goes like,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Slither by Velvet
Revolver, yeah.
that's the one.
Did Dave show you that?
Yeah.
Yeah, he showed me that one as well.
That's a super fun. Who's Dave?
Dave from the Shorham All Stars. So the three of us are from Shorham. When we were kids, we were in this music collective called the Shorham All Stars. I was in a band called Deaf Cattle. We were a metal band. We covered Slipknot and Drowning Pool and stuff like that. And I was 11. I mean, how old were you when you joined it?
I joined when I was 8. So
And what's the importance of that? Has that brought you towards like real instruments, being in a band, as
for
opposed to
sure,
like?
Yeah, I mean, none of us would even know what we were doing right now. If it
Wow.
wasn't
I
for
don't
this.
even
So-
think we would be as close as we are.
No.
I don't think, because the thing is, like, we were in a band with Alfie from Hot Wax called Snapback, which I played bass in, Arthur played guitar in, Alfie played drums, and it was all
I
instrumental.
got demoted, he got promoted.
And you know, we were playing together when we were like 14, 15, and then we went off and did our own thing. I did Mindframe, you did Zap, and then those came to an end, and we banded together again because it just felt natural because we had this history,
Yeah.
and we've been like that ever since. You know, we sort of just joined forces and we're like, no, we're not gonna
Yeah.
put on a suit and tie. We're gonna go out and rock.
And if you're learning how to do that young, because the hard thing for a lot of people that I'm trying to encourage people to do is like, don't just keep it at home.
Yeah.
It all changes when you play music with other people. It gets so much better.
Yeah, well,
but
that's
if you learn that at 8, then you're good, right?
You've got no insecurity when
Yeah.
you're that young, do you know
No.
what I mean? And this is the amazing thing with the Shorham All Stars and with what Dave is doing is because there's not many places in the entire world that do stuff like this and like encourage kids to be so creative and to find their passion at such a young age. And like you're out gigging as soon as you start. Like it doesn't sound good, but it's not meant to sound good. You're just there
Exactly.
to have
No.
fun, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're
And
supposed to
find
make
what you
noise and
like doing.
express yourself, basically, and learn it's a safe place on
Yeah.
stage. Like.
Yeah, and like what Dave has done is he's taught us the ropes, you know. And when you're young, you have all your parents maybe, and people saying, "Oh, why are you putting so much effort into this? You probably won't make any money. You know, get your maths GCSE and all that." And you know, it just taught us. It just became so natural and. To be doing music from such a young age, it's just all that we really know how to do. You know?
It puts you so far ahead. It's actually crazy. Like,
So Dave, thank you.
thank you so much, Dave.
That's awesome stuff. And there's so many transferable skills there, from like the people skills, the bedrock of confidence.
It's on the CV.
No, that's great. It is extracurricular stuff, right? I
Yeah.
mean, you can get your, what do you call it? There's a Prince of Wales. Used to be the Prince of
Duke
Wales.
of
He's now the
Edinburgh.
Duke of Edinburgh. That's the one.
Forget that, Shorham All Stars.
Nah, I got that, mate. I got the ball. Went on my little camping trip.
Yeah, it's
That
important,
was
but
great.
it's
Yeah.
life stuff. It gets you out in the real world doing it, and then when you come to gig and you're going on tour and writing songs, and even bringing ideas to each other to go, is this one good enough?
Yeah.
You've got that bedrock of confidence, right?
Arthur don't even do that. He just knows.
Well, that's
Didn't
cultivated, I'm sure,
Yeah.
because you can
Yeah.
tell
Yeah.
when you've seen it with other people. I imagine. Like, what do you remember? What the first song you ever wrote was, and then the first one where you were like, "Oh, I think I can do this now. I think I can write more of these."
For this project or just in
Any
life?
project at all. Like,
I don't even know what it was.
I mean, Snapback was probably a massive. That was
Yeah.
my first kind of like writing guitar music.
Sure.
Because I started as a drummer, and then when me and Sonny made Snapback, or me and Alfie made Snapback, and Sonny joined.
Yeah, I was jealous. I just wanted to be a part.
I
of
just
it.
wanted to have fun.
Yeah.
It was probably the songs in that, but I mean, it was all instrumental. Like, I was too scared to do vocals at the time.
What were they? iFruit, Wildlife.
Yeah. We played a festival called Wildlife in Shoreham, so we made a song for it called Wildlife, and it was just a riff that went like...
What was it? It was like. And then what? I can't even remember. But if you picture that and then picture like. You know,
we
we've
found the minor pentatonic and we were like, yes,
That's all we
and we
need.
never moved.
position 1 minor pentatonic.
Easy peasy.
There's no more than that, is there? There's not more
No.
shapes.
No, I don't believe so.
I can't even. No.
One's all you need.
No, there's the chromatic, and that's it.
Chromatic is cool. What about your voice, though? To be fair, you both sing. Was there anything with your voice where you went, oh, "Okay, I'm gonna be all right to jump on the mic now"?
I think I'd started recording vocals, like just at home to help write songs. Probably around like lockdown kind of time. So
Yeah.
2020. But the first ever time I sang in front of people was the first gig we did with this band,
Wow.
Yeah, I remember that.
which was terrifying. I was so scared because we'd already released 2 songs. We never gigged before, and we had like a 5-song set list or something. One of the songs was instrumental, but I had to sing.
Isaac Holman from Soft Play was there.
Oh my
Oh, incredible.
god, it was terrifying.
He's
It
a
was
dude.
So
He's a
scary.
lovely guy.
We
good to hear.
played the Tunbridge Wells Pride show at the Forum, and we were all dressed in drag
Yeah.
for Pride.
Yeah.
So that kind of took a little bit of the edge off.
Yeah.
It's like even if I like voice crack, I already look kind of silly, so it's all right.
And you're also not going to be the silliest thing anyone sees that weekend, no matter
Exactly.
what
No,
happens.
I was
right?
sillier because I was steaming drunk in drag.
But yeah, that was if I hadn't done that, I don't know what would have happened.
think-
You know what I mean? But I just had to like throw myself into the deep end, really.
The thing is, like, Arthur, when we were kids, you were so shy. Arthur was so shy, really quiet. Even when we practice, I'd try and talk to
Yeah, I
you.
was
You,
just there
you
like-
wouldn't talk. He wouldn't talk to me, and I don't know what I
Because
did.
you were
but-
really annoying, mate. I didn't want to be here.
And you know, it's amazing how you've come out of that and now you've got this bass which you can't ignore, and you're so up front and jumping off the monitors. But for me, with the singing, it's something that I just started to teach myself how to do, because my band at the time, Mindframe, which I started when I was in my mid-teens with Alfie from Hot Wax, I just thought no one's going to want to sing, I've got to do it. And I just started teaching myself in my room, you know, and I've only ever really done that raspy Cobain thing.
Yeah.
But, and then when Mindframe started gigging, I really honed in on it. And, you know, it took me a while to sing in Bones as well, because, you know, it began out of Arthur writing songs on his own. So I very much wanted to respect that sort of, you know, your creativity and not encroach on it. But as we've progressed, and it happened quite quickly, we've started bouncing off each other more. And, you know, there's a lot more of us singing together now, and I think your voice is lower, my voice is a bit higher. It's sort of complements one
Even
another.
Herbie, our drummer as well, did a bit of vocals on the last EP that we did. So-
Recording makes that possible as well, though. There's a temptation to sometimes overshout, I guess, when you're all just playing loud all the time. But in the studio, you can experiment with different things.
yeah,
Get the compression
exactly.
backed up and
Yeah, exactly.
hear everything. And, you know, Herbie sang that bit because we couldn't get it.
Yeah, we've been
There
screaming
you go.
all
Yeah,
day,
we've been screaming.
and
a lot.
none of us could do any more head voice. So Herbie came in and went,
That's in Mary Molotov on Just Bananas, if you want to check that out.
We'll leave all the links to that down
"There's
below.
gonna be so many links."
All of them. Well, look,
I wrote that one.
but I think that's all we've got time for today. Like,
Oh,
thank
yeah.
you so much for coming down. It's been exciting to talk with you
Thank
guys.
you so much. Been
Yeah,
a
thank you,
pleasure.
man.
Exciting to learn about more of your story, and I can't wait to see you again. It's going to be super fun at your funny tour later in the year.
Hell
Always
yeah.
wanted to talk about stuff like this.
No, this is it, chance to geek out, right?
Yeah,
We've got
yeah.
Lots of fellow guitar players watching, so they'll enjoy this stuff too.
Keep practicing.
One day you can make the kind of noise these guys do.
Yeah, and please give us some more shapes that aren't the pentatonic, please.
Just where's position 2? Oh, Sharon, I can't
Well-
find position 2.
We'll find it one day.
That's what she said.
She's flying, she's said, she's so